already triggered. So I don't know if I can share it. SRP USD.
Yes, you can share. You can share. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay, so I did the analysis yesterday. Let me share my screen.
Hey, we are going to this meeting.
Can I see my screen now?
Yes, go ahead.
So this is my SRP analysis. I did the analysis on 4-hour, 3-hour time frame. So I used my Fibonacci. My Fibonacci, the rule is to buy below 0.65. Anything 0.65 below down to 0.8. Then I can give a buy to buy at a discounted rate, very, very discounted rate. And then I mapped out this. There is an order block here. I identified an order block there with this indecision candle to show that there is a place in which the buyers and the sellers came into the market at one point. So it's created an indecision candle, which is an order block. So anytime price comes to that zone, it's likely that it will bounce up. So the thing just triggered this morning, and I can see the reaction over here, why it triggered on our entry. The entry is 0.6, which is a psychological level where buyers will just say, okay, we'll buy for me in 0.6. So I don't know, maybe you also check it out. And this is my stop loss. My stop loss is big because I'm using 4x and I'm using minus 20. Minus 20% is my stop loss based on my trading plan. So that's why you see the stop loss is big like that. And then this is my TP, which is 60% with 0.69. So let's check it out.
Okay, so basically, on a 4x, if the market goes against you by minus 20%, you no longer want to be in the market, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Your 4x, is this something that is constant or you switch leverage?
No, that is my trading plan. That is how it is in any trade.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, yeah. So for those of you who don't understand the business yet, and then you keep rushing into market and all of that, okay, I think equally learning from Leon, you should be able to leverage. Use of leverage. You can use as high leverage as you want, and all of that. It's not a crime. Okay, it is not a crime. But once you don't even know what you're doing, and you're using high leverage, and then when the market start going against you, somebody will be asking, should I close the trade now? Or I should still wait? Or and all of that, okay? All of those questions and all of that. So yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, let me look at SRP, and I equally see why that long trade. SRP should still be, from what I'm looking at right now, is still at that entry level. Okay, I will still take a long. I will join you and take a long on SRP too. So let me share my screen. All right, yeah, so this is what I'm looking at from the 4 hours time frame that you're looking at, okay? So basically what SRP actually did was to make sure, I think we've actually closed like more than 50% of this week, all right? More than 50% of this week. This particular week here was what SRP is wanting. You see this massive, this is a pin back candle, right? This is a pin back candle on the 4 hours time frame with this, bullish print here, which will eventually close in the next 2 hours and all of that. So yeah, long trace from here, okay, targeting that level you're targeting, you're looking at, maybe I'll target for anywhere from this current price there to around 63 cents, okay? And then if we break above that level, then we can take it to as high as that area of 66 cents and all of that. Okay, so SRP is a buy for me. So I'll go to the 1 hour time frame and basically look at taking a long at exactly that area. Your entry was 0.6 what?
0.6 at the dot.
0.6. Okay, yeah. 0.6. So look at that area as an entry for SRP. But what I can do, okay, I'm going to do if let me see 0.6, let me put where's that entry? Go to input. Entry 0.6 on the dot. Okay. So you can still set limit order for this. All right. I believe it will still trigger. Set limit order for this. And what I'm going to basically do for SRP, okay, I'll do something slightly different. So I'll put my stop loss just beneath this order, just below this week here, right? Which is my stop loss is going to be around that 57 cent. Okay, so what I would do for SRP, my first entry will be that 0.6. Okay, and then I'm going to add to my position if SRP gets down to this area of 0.593. Okay, I'm going to add to my position, and then I'm going to equally add another position at around 0.58. And then the last trade that I will enter for this token will be around this area, okay, at 0.577. And then I'll leave the stop loss where it is, all right? So if all of these trade triggers, if all of this pending trade triggers, all right, and SRP still continues to go down, then I no longer want to be in that trade at 57, that is 0.5747, I'll be out of that trade. But if two or the three triggers and they start going in my favor, then my average entering price should be, somewhere around, let me see if I can log into my bybit account so that I will show you how these things work. Okay, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 different orders, okay, to buy SRP to the long side. This is DCAing into your position, all right, to buy SRP to the long side, to the upside, and all of that. If all of this triggered is going to be treated as one trade, not 1, 2, 3, 4 trades, okay, it's going to be treated as one trade. But the only thing is, the benefits to me now, this is for you, okay, those of you who do adding margin to your position, okay, that add margin to your position is not a good trading strategy. For me, it is not a good trading strategy. When you add margin to an existing position, you are only pushing your liquidation price further, okay? But your entering price remains the same, all right? Your entering price remains the same. You can add margin, you push your liquidation further. You add margin, you push your liquidation further. So when you do that, why do you prefer adding margin when you are afraid of using cross margin? Okay? The same thing you are doing is what cross margin mode does for you automatically. When you trade on cross margin, that is why somebody was asking the other day, why is it that I lose more money when I trade on cross margin and than doing what? Making more money when I trade on cross margin. So when the trade is going against you, what the cross margin does is that automatically it adds to your margin. Okay, it keep adding to your margin, and the more you keep adding to your margin, the more losses it is incurring for you. So if you are not using cross margin and you are using isolated margin, and then you manually add margin, you are manually doing what the cross margin does for you automatically. Okay, so instead of manually adding margin to your position, I buy into that position, or I sell to that. I sell whatever position, whatever direction I'm going. Okay, if it is buy, I will buy more. If it is sell, I'll sell more. All right. So if I enter a trade here, and then it tells me that my liquidation price on isolated margin will be somewhere around here, I'll make sure that I add another limit order down there. When this limit order triggers, it will push my liquidation price further. And as it's pushing my liquidation price further, it will bring my entering price closer to the entering, okay? It will bring my entering price closer to the market price, all right? Then if it goes down again, I want to buy. And then when I buy, push my liquidation price further, and it bring my entry word closer, all right? So in this case, if you end up adding margin of like $200 into your position, when that trade finally goes in your favor, maybe initially you enter that trade with $10. When that trade finally goes in your favor, the profit you are making will not be calculated on the $200 margin that you added. It will only be calculated on that $10 initial margin you enter the trade with. All right. So adding margin is the same thing that cross margin mode does for you automatically that you're manually doing. I don't know if you guys are understanding this thing. If you understand this, it will be better. But when I start adding to my position, as it continues to push my liquidation price further, it is bringing my entering price closer to, whatever the market price is. All right. And all of that. So when you keep bringing that closer, if at the end of the day, I end up adding $200 in that position, if the trade finally start going in my favor, whatsoever profit that I'm making, whether it is 1%, 2%, 3%, it will be calculated on that $200. All right. It will be calculated on that $200 and all of that. All right. So that's basically what I'll be looking at for SRP. So yeah, set limit orders there and see how it triggers. I'm ready to take losses if this thing goes against me around this area. So what I do here is, if for instance, I've made up my mind to risk $50 in SRP. Okay, so the first entry here could be $20. All right, then I will now split the remaining $30 among the remaining positions. Okay, if it is for instance $100, I will just make it 25 per entry. Okay, so $25 will come in here. When it gets down here, $25 will come in again. When it gets down here, $25 will come in again. And then when we get down there, $25 will come in again. And I continue to take that way. All right. And then if this eventually go against me, okay, if this eventually go against me, and maybe let's say our average price at the end of the day, our average price is somewhere, let's say somewhere around here. Okay, so it means that I am risking just around 1.2% or 1.3% or whatever that is. Okay, so I wouldn't be risking more than 2% of that capital that I'm entering that trade with. So if I enter with $100, okay, 2% of that will mean 2% of the $100. In this case, when you are using leverage, okay, so you multiply this percentage by the number of leverage you are using. All right. So if I now multiply 2% by 10x leverage, it means 20%. So 20% of my $100 will mean that if that trade goes against me by minus $20, I no longer want to be in the market again and all of that. All right. So that's basically how I personally trade. Okay. That's basically how I personally trade. And this gives me leverage to hold on to a lot of position, for long. And then eventually, all right, it will play out and give me some trades and some profits and all of that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to, and I'm doing this for SRP, not for every token. I'm not doing this for a newly listed token. I'm not doing it for any token that I've not traded in my life before. Okay, I'm not doing it for any token that just pumped in the market. I don't know what is influencing that pump and all of that, and I just jump into it and I do it. All right. Initially, when I was trying that with some of these new tokens, it would just end up eating my money. All right. So I do it with some of these tokens that I know that the price is a bit, I don't know. All crypto assets are volatile. Okay. All crypto assets are volatile, but there are some that are less volatile. You know their move when they are moving, you know how far they can go, you know how far they can, dump and all of that. All right. So that is why I have the confidence to give you this particular trade on the SRP trade. All right. That's basically what I'll be doing for that. Okay, if you understand that, fine, we can forge ahead. But if you don't understand, you can go ahead and ask questions and all of that. Okay, all right. So guys, yeah, thank you so much, Leon, for sharing that with us. That is it for the SRP trade, and then the $100 to $2,000 trading challenge is ongoing. Okay, it is ongoing. Currently, I'm a bit stuck with some of the trades I've been holding since BTC had to dump from 40 to the current price we are right now. Okay, and yeah, hopefully if the trade works out, yeah, that's good news for me. But if it doesn't play out, it means that I need to start all over again and all of that. All right. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at for this. So and for you to be able to participate actively and all of that, get help when needed, please use a bybit account. Okay, use a bybit account. If you don't have a bybit account already, make sure that you sign up with the link I've been posting on the Telegram. You can equally sign up and claim the airdrop. Okay, the airdrop is still ongoing. Sign up, claim the airdrop, and see how you can make profit from that as well. Okay, so another token that I will want us to look at is HBAR. Okay, despite everything that is going down, I don't know what HBAR is currently up. Yeah, look at that. That's what I was looking at this candle here. Okay, yeah, HBAR is currently up. I don't know if it's coming up to maybe what I'm looking at both long and short trace for HBAR. Okay, I'm looking at both long and short trace for HBAR. So it all depends on the one that plays at first. Okay, so it depends on the one that plays at first. So let's do standard Fibonacci 2. Yeah, so we came to that 50% level, bounce off. All right. So this stuff that happened the other day, all right, the dump that happened the other day. So H bar just dropped from around this area to that 786 level, 618 level, and then bounce off. Okay. Then we'll push back again to the 50% and then bounce off. So right now, I'm looking for H bar to come to that 77 cent level. Okay, 0.077, and maybe have reject from that area down. I'll be looking for short. Or when as at the time I saw this, it was at I think around 70. When was that? 70, yeah. But I was waiting for the close of the 1 hour candle. I didn't know it to continue to pump this way. Right? I didn't need to continue to pump this way. But yeah, the way it is right now, I'm not going to enter any trade. I wanted to enter long, but right now, since I have a resistance around this area, yeah, 2% to that resistance area, which is still good. But I want to see how this plays out on that area, then I'll be looking for short. Okay. I want to see how this will play out here. I'll be looking for short. Even on the 15 minutes time frame, you can see that this level is an area of interest because we've been rejecting there. Okay, rejected, rejected. Now we are back to that level again, and you see that massive wick there too. Okay, so yeah, I want to see if this can deviate a bit to that 77 level before it wicks down. Then I can be looking for a quick scalp to the downside. All right. So for HBAR, it's not something I'm going to set a limit order for. I'm just going to pay attention. I just want to get a deviation from here up to that 77, right? And then I'll be taking trades and all of that. So I have it open on my second screen here and all of that. So I'm paying attention to HBAR, and I want to see how that works too. Okay. And then some of these exchange tokens are just pumping. I don't know why. Okay. KuCoin, their native token is up. HNT is for, okay, HT is HT that is for Huobi, right? Okay, not HNT, is HT that is for Huobi. And then BGB is for BitGet, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so that is it. And then another token that I'm equally looking at is AVAX. AVAX actually don't, let me see if AVAX will, if we can get a buy for AVAX to around $50, okay? My target for AVAX is to go to like $50 and all of that, okay? Please, when is HBAR gets to shorting? Yeah, I'm looking at 77 cents, okay? 0.077. That's why I'm looking to short HBAR. 0.077. All right, that's when I'm looking to short HBAR. That is if I see a sign of rejection and all of that, okay? That's why I had it open on my chart, all right? 0.077, that's where I'm looking to short HBAR. Then if you are going to set a limit order, make sure that you put stop loss just around 0.08, okay, 0.08 or so. AVAX, let me look at daily time frame. It's something I'm looking, yeah. AVAX actually shoot up to .42. So I don't know if AVAX actually, let me remove all these things. If AVAX actually, let's do the 382 Fibonacci retracement tool and see if we can have a push down to that 382, which is this level here. Okay. So yeah, 382, exactly, right? Exactly 382. That's where I want, that's what is happening here, guys. I think I'll be going long on AVAX. Okay, I'll be going long on AVAX. This bounce from the 382 is what I want to see happen. All right. I'll be going long on AVAX. And even if I decide to put a trend line here, okay. Let me wait for that. Yeah. Trend line, yeah, we're just breaking out of that trend line, okay? Yeah, if I should use this as my trend line and all of that. But for AVAX, I'm looking at it coming, maybe AVAX could come down. Let's do 15 minutes and see how this will play out, okay? Yeah. Okay, yeah, trend line that way. So AVAX still target that 382 level for a long, okay? I'll still look at that area there for a long trade for AVAX, okay? And then I'll target this resistance level. If we finally break this resistance level, I'm looking at AVAX going to around $50 plus, all right? I'm looking at AVAX going to around $50 plus and all of that. So if you do get AVAX, anything around, I'm looking at 34.7 down to that $33 level. I'm looking for long for AVAX. Okay, 34 down to that $33 level. I'm looking for long for AVAX and all of that. All right. So let's see if this plays out. If this level is able to hold, then we can continue to go on with the AVAX trade. All right. We can continue to go on up for that trade and all of that. Okay. And another token I was looking at is what's the name again? What's the name again? What's the name again? This newly listed token, what's the name? G2, right? Yeah, G2, JTOUSDT, right? G2. Yeah, I'm looking at G2 too. So I didn't know G2 was going to dump this hard actually. From 4 point, I think it went to 4.6 or thereabout. That's true. I'm looking for buys, okay, for G2. I'm looking for buys. So what I did is actually set up buys. I think I did 1 point. Yeah, anything from 1.6 down to, sorry, not 2.6, okay? I'm looking for buy at this level here. I don't want G2 to break below this level, guys. All right? So I don't want to see G2 break below this level because we respected that level. Here we had that bounce, that week came down to that level again. And then here, it seems that we are rejecting from that level too. Okay, so I'm looking anything between here. I had to limit order, okay, 2.6, okay, and then the next limit order is around 2.4. So I don't know if the 2.4 triggers 2, then I'll put my stop loss anything maybe below 2.3 or thereabout. But I'm looking at buying G2, okay. I'm looking at buying G2 from here to the upside. All right, but if we go below this area, then 2.3 could be where my stop loss is going to be. All right. So for G2, I'm looking for a long setup for G2, right? So though it has not tried yet because I did 2.6, I can do market order, but I'll still leave it to, I just have those 2 limit orders and I want to see how it plays out, okay? I want to see how the G2 stuff plays out and all of that. All right. Then the last token that I equally have in mind, if I can trade all of these, get them to work before the FOMC meeting. All right, FOMC meeting will be around 7 p.m. my own local time. Okay, FOMC meeting will be around 7 p.m. my own local time. So you could actually check out when the time zone for that will be appropriate for yours. Okay, and take trades. And just avoid taking trades during that time, okay? Because during that the announcement and the rest, both long and short will be favorable, okay? If you get it right, all right. That is when some would decide to do edge, decide to use that edge mode trading strategy, okay? They will just open long trades, okay? Target like 10% to the upside, target 10% to the downside, and you see that at the end of the day, all of those trades will actually start hitting your TPs and all of that. So yeah, but be careful during that time. Don't go open trades so that you don't get stopped. Okay. So sorry, I have to adjust some things here from my end.
Oh, sorry, please, can you check this? Sorry for interruption. Can you check this ING, please? Sorry.
ING.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. So yeah. So this is what I'm looking at for G2. Okay. So I'm looking at 2.6 on the dot. So you can enter even at the current price here. All right. You can enter at the current price here. And then my stop loss would be just I think I'm looking at 2.3. Okay. So wherever you want to put your stop loss you're comfortable with, that's what I'll be looking at for G2. Let's see how that will play out. All right. So for ING Injective. Injective has been, doing great. Okay. So yeah, we consolidated here, broke out, retest that level, and then bounce off. So right now, I don't know, this thing could continue to pump. So for me, what I'll basically do is take my Fibonacci retracement tool from, this recent level where we broke out another retest. Okay. Yeah, it's currently slightly above, below 382, right? Slightly below 382. Let me see. Yeah, we're just sitting at that 382 level, right? So we're just sitting at that 382 level. So injective is good for long, all right? If this rejection holds, what I'm looking at here is if we take from here to that previous side there, guys, 11% is good, okay? So injective is long, all right? You can enter with market order, just set limit there and all of that. So injective is long, and then put stop loss just slightly below, guys, all right? Below that level. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for injectives. So if you want to, you can do market order or look at that area of 24.5 or 24.6. All right, 24.5 or 24.6 and take a long trade on injective. Okay, so that's basically what I'll be looking at for this token. All right, that's basically what I'll be looking at for this token. So let's see how that will play out, guys. Yeah. Yeah, injective is long, okay? You can enter a market order. You can enter a market order. What's the entry point of G2? G2 is 2.6. Okay, I have two different entries, 2.6, 2. I'm not sure if that thing will trigger. Please, somebody's drawing on the screen, okay? Can you just stop, okay? Somebody's drawing things on the screen, just stop. I'm not sure. I think I should equally do G2 as market order too. Why I allowed the other limit orders to be there, right? I can do G2 market order because it seems to be having a strong support at that 2.7. So, but my entry initially was 2.6, which has not triggered yet, and then 2.4, yes, 2.6, 2.4, which has not triggered yet. Okay, but I can do market order now and see how that goes. All right. So briefly, guys, another thing I need to let you guys know is I know some of you are actually new in this space and all of that. All right. But one thing I want you guys to understand is, when we talk about leverage, the exchange gives you leverage so that you make profit and all of that. Okay. Now, trading crypto is a bit easier because you have the option to adjust your leverage and use whatsoever leverage that you feel you want to use. If we bring 10 different traders here, pro traders, okay, good professional traders, all of them will all have slightly different ideas on, based on their risk tolerance, okay, on how they should or you should trade and all of that, okay? But if you are just starting out, guys, if you are just starting out, okay, please don't be going into trades with like half of your capital. 20% of your capital, 40%. I know we want to make money, all right? I know we want to make money, but equally be thinking, what if this thing goes against me and I'm going in with all my capital? How much will I be losing? If I lose this money, I hope I will not be having a bad day. I hope I will not just fall sick. I hope I will not just get angry and start breaking things in the house. I hope I will not. These are things you need to be thinking of. I know motivational speakers will say always be positive. In trading, you have to be positive and be negative, which is why exactly you have to be positive and negative. If the market goes in your favor, what do you stand to gain? If it goes against you, because you cannot be 100% right. It's not possible. Okay, you are not a whaler. If you are a whaler here, I know that maybe you come in with in the market and you want to put in $1 million into injective. Definitely, you will see a very big either red or green candle spike up. You can influence when you have the money to change things in the market. You can do that. If people like Michael Saylor decide to sell Bitcoin today, guys, even Bitcoin can drop down to $20,000. All right. These are people who have the power, like the money to influence things in the market. But you have to be positive and negative. If this market goes against me and I lose $20, how long will it take me to recover back this money? Because if this thing might have happened to a lot of you actually, where you are trading, right? Each time the market goes in your favor, 10%, you are very excited, 20%. Once it dips like 1% down, you close the trade, you are out. But when the market is going against you, you will just, you see this kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It will just be like something will just be telling you are very optimistic that the market will come back and hit your TP. It's going against you, minus 20%, you are still holding. Minus 50%, you are still holding. Minus 60%, you are still, minus 100%, you are still holding. You know why? Because you are hopeful that the market will eventually come back. And because you are resisting to lose money, you are, eventually losing more money than you should have. Okay? You don't want to lose money. That is the whole essence why you keep holding on to losing trade. You don't want to lose at all. You don't want to accept losses. All right? But when the market is going in your favor, you don't have that kind of patience to hold until the market goes like 2,000%. Ask those people who share screens of 2,000%, 1,000%, how long they have held on to those trades. Okay, there are no two ways about it. So don't be holding on to losing trade more than you should hold on to a winning trade. Okay. For instance, if this trade start going now, okay, yes, I know there is a resistance here, but it doesn't mean that it will just go straight to this resistance level. All right. This trade can decide to go, okay, and then decide to react at this level, to come to this level and even come back to entry before it start going back up again. All right. And then it will come react at this level, come back halfway again before it start going. All right. When you start seeing reaction here, maybe from here it rejects back because it's already in profit, maybe 2%, 3%, you say, I told bad, make us secure this one. But if it was going against you, what you would do, you come and adjust your stop loss. So because you don't want to lose, okay, you come and adjust your stop loss. Then it goes to this direction here. You still adjust your stop loss. It will get to a level where you say, no, I don't want to adjust stop loss again. Let me just remove the stop loss and allow the trade to go. You don't have that kind of capital to hold on to that kind of trade for long, okay? And then if you continue to hold, the next thing is to get you liquidated. All right, the next thing is to get you liquidated, which is why I use these multiple entry levels so that if one entry triggers, the second one trigger, the third one trigger, and the market is still going against me, means that I am wrong in that trade. Okay, and because I'm wrong, I should accept little loss and look for another opportunity. Go and wait for that particular token in the next level where it can eventually drop to. All right, and pick a trade there and start going to the upside. Okay. Yeah. So basically, that's just what I want to share. I hope that you understand and then act accordingly so that you don't lose your money. Okay. Don't lose your money, guys. All right. At least till when dollar, for those of you who are Nigerians, until when dollar will come back to, according to federal government, okay, until when dollar should come back to 750 for now, make that money. Okay. Make those $1. Remember, there are people who work in this country that earns, what's it called, daily pay, right? Some of this daily pay is either 5,000, 10,000 and all of that. If you just budget that you want to be making for $5 every day, it means that you're equally earning your own daily pay, which is easier, okay? Which is easier and more realistic than just hoping that one trade will give you 100%, 200%, 300%. It is possible, all right? But you just need to take it easy until you get to the level of those that have the mind to be trading with 50x leverage. You can start joining them and playing around in the market. All right. Yeah, Chocolin, you want to say something? You can go ahead and unmute yourself, okay?
Okay, what I want to say here, can you check on VET? Because I don't understand that market. What's going on there?
Hmm. This one you don't understand the market. It means that we are in a trade already, and it's not going as planned.
No, I've not tried it yet. So I just don't understand.
Okay, so VED is on the 15 minutes currently consolidating, and yeah, from my chart here, VED seems to be at a resistance level. So that 30-cent level, okay, there's a resistance at that 30-cent level. I'm looking at it on the 4 hours time frame currently. So there's a resistance at that 30-cent level. And
Hmm?
I should make decision with my Fibonacci retracement to 382 was where we came bounce off, right? So came back bounce off of that 382 and we're back to that resistance level. So if you want to trade VED, which is what you see even on the 15 minutes time frame that is currently consolidating. So with VED is currently sideways. And basically, there are two things that are bound to happen. Is either we continue to consolidate, okay, and then break to the upside, or eventually break down and all of that. So it all depends. So basically, what I will advise you do is if you spot at this area on the 15 minutes time frame, um, you look at this area as your high, and then you look at this area here, okay, which is lining up with that support level as your low. So you want to just play around, okay? When it comes down here, it rejects, you take a trade up. When it comes up here, you take a trade down until finally will break out, or you wait for the breakout. The breakout could be to the upside or to the downside. Any of those that happen first, you follow suit. It's as simple as that. All right. So for VET, and since I'm looking at it on the 4 hours time frame here, let me go back to that 4 hours. So a breakout will mean is not something like this. Okay. Breakout, you see here that this is a week. Okay. This is not a breakout because somebody would have said this resistance is on the 4 hours. Okay. So
That
if
that
this
was
happens,
that was exactly what I was thinking.
yeah, you have to wait for the candle to close. This particular candle here that will close in the next 1 hour 56 minutes. Okay, there is every probability that this candle will shoot up to this level here and still close below this particular resistance level we are looking at. All right. If it does close below that area, this resistance level has not been broken yet. So you have to just wait. There could be a deviation up there and then it still comes back down until you see the body of the candle close above this area. Okay, until you see the body of the candle close above this area, we've not broken out of that resistance, because you could see a wick like this, come back down, see a wick, come back down. And then if that wick happens again, then I think the best thing is to be looking for a short trade and, target around 28 or even below that area down there. But for now, on the 15 minutes time frame, just be scalping this, right? For now, we'll not say enter a short trade, because if you enter a short trade, you see these things, okay, these deviations that are happening here. So we deviated, came back down, deviated, came back down, which is why you see that massive 24 hours time frame. So here, except you want to, do the way I trade and all of that. So I wouldn't want this thing to anything that will make this candle, for me, I wait for that next 1 hour to close before I start making decisions on this. But if you want to, scalp and all of that, I will basically have like 3 limits orders here, put my stop loss at 31 cents, okay? And have a limit order at this 0.308 or 309. Okay, have another limit order here so that in case we deviate to that up, if all of these triggers and it continues to go up, then I'm ready to go out of the trade. Then put my TP around this area down there, all right? And see how that plays out. So at the end of the day, if this one triggers, your TP, what's it called? Your stop loss should be less than 1%. Okay, your stop loss should be less than 1% and all of that. And another thing here, when you are doing this, okay, remember that we always emphasize that you should use, depending on the size of your capital, all right? If, for instance, you have $10,000 and you're using 1% of your capital, it means that per trade, you're risking $100, okay, which is understandable. But if you have $100, all right, I just advise that you risk at most 10% of that capital. So that 10% means that you're entering this trade with $10. All right, you're entering this trade with $10 and reserve the remaining $90. In case you lose the $10, you still have $90 to fight back. All right. So if I'm to enter this trade with my 10% of my capital, which is either $10, $20, $30, $50, whatever it is, this limit orders I have here, all of them will be within that $50. All right. So I enter a trade here with 10, I can add another $10, add another $10, add another $10. It should be 10%. Whatever that I add up in this trade, whatever limit orders I set here, should be within that 10% of my capital that I'm risking. Okay, even with $1,000, I can still risk 10%, which is $100. So if I decide to risk the whole of that 10%, okay, in this trade alone, I'll just split it and take entries. And eventually, if all of them triggers, you see that I don't even need to wait for this to come below this area for me to be in profit. All right, maybe from here, I'm already in profit and all of that. Okay. Yeah, so that is how I trade, all right? That's basically how I trade, because there are a lot of manipulations in the market and all of that. And a good example of that will be what we are seeing with this vet of a thing, right? A good example will be what we are seeing here. So some persons have said, oh, this 4 hours candle has shot out, it has broken and all of that. You start entering long, and what happened? Boom, it came back and gets everybody liquidated, or gets everybody stop loss hit, and then it still goes against you, okay, and all of that. All right, so that's basically how I personally trade, even in my scalping days and all of that, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, so is that clear? Basically, I've shared the tokens that I'm looking at, okay? Guys, there's FOMC coming up today. If you're in Nigeria or any other time frame that looks like my thing, our time frame is GMT +1, right? So the FOMC will be happening around 7, okay? Somebody was saying, is it not for Forex? Is for the financial market, okay? So you always see the effect in the market, okay? You always see the effect in the market. It always go up, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down, all right? And all of that. So you always see the effect in the market. So BTC could, hit 44,000 and then come back to 40,000 while the FOMC stuff is going on and all of that, yeah. So in most cases, you see things like that happen in the market. All right. So any other token you're looking at, okay, whatever you're looking at, questions, anything, okay, go ahead and ask your questions. And let's see, how we can spend the next 30 minutes together looking at the market. All right. Yeah. For those of you who keep helping, keep guiding other persons, sending signals, providing insight and all of that, I do appreciate. Okay. I'm not alone. All right. I'm not alone. You guys are trying. You guys are doing great too. All right. So trade with care, trade with caution. Some of us, because maybe, and I don't know, how is it called? How am I even going to explain this? Our expectations. I was like that, okay? I was like that when I started trading futures. In fact, I started with Forex. Okay, I started with Forex. When you see these big boys showing their cars, showing this expensive, those of you who are good at wearing all these, is it blings or whatever, okay? You want to buy your watch, you want it to be a diamond watch, you want to go to Dubai and buy things like that, and all of that. And then you come and show us as it's blinking, okay? You're showing us how you bought, it's not even a watch. Is it like a bangle or something like that? All these things you guys wear, necklace, chains and all of that, you buy it and you say this is worth $100,000, okay? $100,000 on your hand, go to Lagos and blink it out of the box, they will just cut off your hand and take the $100,000 from you. So yeah, things like that, okay? When you see guys like that and all of that, it's not as if they are not losing money, they are losing money. They are losing. Anybody that tells you that they don't lose money, in fact, because they are not trading, they are not bigger boys, okay? They trade bigger account. That is how big their losses are. If all of us start showing you that I lose this money, how will you come into the market? Everybody will be discouraged now. Nobody will come in. And if you don't come in, we cannot make money, right? If you don't come in, we cannot make money. So we'll show you the good aspect of it. All right. But the thing is, if you do it right, it's not as if you will not lose money actually in trading. You will lose money. But the beauty is that you lose money, the losses you are making should be less. That is why I would say, see, to come learn technical analysis, but it's easy. You can do this in 1 day, you can do this in 2 days, you can do this in 3 days and become a pro learning technical analysis. But you know, the difficult aspect of trading is managing your emotions, risk management, knowing when to deal with your greed and all of that. This is the one that is difficult. This is what makes trading a skill. Once you discipline yourself and you can overcome some of these things, okay? This one could take months, it could take a year even. Discipline, right? That this trade, just like Leon said that I don't trade more than 4x leverage. Doesn't mean that he doesn't like money. Okay, 4x leverage is I have $1,000. I would have traded on spot market and make 1%. But because I'm using 4x leverage, I'm making like 4 times that amount of money that I would have made in the spot market. Does it mean that the leverage will not favor him? It will favor him, right? It will favor him. But if you see somebody share a screen of 50x leverage, 100x leverage, and you're tempted to use it, don't worry. When you finish and you blow your account, you come back and come and tell us how you got liquidated. Then we can say sorry.
Exactly. Because there was this account I wanted to copy trade from. So I went through his profile and everything. He was trading BTC at let's say his margin was up to $5,000, and his leverage was times 25. And he was losing at that moment. He was losing let's say $2,000 to $3,000 already. Yet he's still on the trade. But there was another trade in which um, he had, let's say, $10,000 on BTC USDT. So that one was making backup for the other losses,
Other
making
losses,
on the
yeah.
other side. Yeah. So that is the hidden, let's say hidden agenda in which they won't tell you about it. So to be honest, you are the only one that has been truthful and been straightforward regarding this aspect, because they won't tell you the risk related to the leverage they are taking, and they won't tell you they have large amount of capital with them. So in case they lose, they won't do anything. So that's the issue. You should just try and know our greed index and when to stop and when to proceed. That's it.
Yeah, so managing your emotions and grade is the most difficult aspect of it, okay? So there are no two ways about it. Once you are good at that, all right? Once you are good at that, in fact, I think this will work best for those of you who work with, tough bosses who says it must be like this, okay? When you are coming to the office, when you are coming to the office, in fact, when let's say resumption time is 8 o'clock and you came in 8:01, somebody is saying they must deduct your salary and then they stick to that and stuff like that. It makes you wake up. It makes you, there are tough offices like that where you just have to, just leave your other self and then adapt to a new environment. Trading has to, in fact, if you want to learn trading and learn discipline, right, go and buy a funded account. Okay, there is equally funded account on crypto, but I tried that thing once. I was having issue with their they have their own internal platform where you can trade, and then you can equally link it up with MT4. I think is it MT4 or MT5 or thereabout. But there were issues when it comes to MT4. You have to do with lot sizes and all of that. There were issues. Those top one have not worked out very well. Okay, where you can, I think there are 10,000. You can get that with $60. Yes, 10,000 you can get that with $60. If you want to get up to 200,000, I think it's around $1,000 or thereabout. Okay. Now, funded account will help you to be disciplined. You know why? Because anytime your drawdown go, if they say your daily drawdown should be 4%, anytime you go above that, you lose the account. All right, you lose the account. So in order not to lose your $100 or your $1,000 that you've given them because they are giving you bigger money to trade, You want to stick to that. Okay, you trade with caution now, because you know that if your drawdown is more than what the pro firm is giving you, that you will definitely lose your money, because there's no refund now. It's only when you have made profit, when you have passed the pro firm account and all of that, that's when you get your refund. Some pro firm actually. All right. So if you want to discipline yourself very well in trading, go and buy a pro firm account. It will help you to be disciplined. It will help you to stick to always use stop losses, because you will not want to lose and get those accounts. But even at that, some persons who are careless still do that, right? They still trade on their own. They don't even want to listen to the proof firm and all of that. And because of that, in a day or two or a week, you do what? You fail that proof firm, and then you go look hustle for money again to come and buy another proof firm account and all of that. All right. But what I see for proof firms is that it helps you to be disciplined. Okay. It must not be because proof firm account before you just discipline yourself, guys. Discipline yourself. This one, I will not come to you and come and tell you that this is what you must do. Write down everything you want to do. Today, okay, this group I belong to, they send a lot of signals. In all of these signals, I don't want to use more than $1. And I want to use either 10x leverage, 5x leverage. I cannot use more than this. Okay. I have made up my mind to take all the signals, but in every signal, I cannot risk more than $1. All right. If the signal goes well and you make 100% out of that, it means that you made $2. Okay. You made additional $1, right? If it goes 200%, it means that you made $3. Now, if you compare it to every other signals that you took that day, and some gave you 2%, there are some days that you see signals, all of them will be profitable. Okay. All of them will be profitable. All of them will hit even the last TP and still be going. Some days are like that. Okay. And then some days are like worse. So at the end of the day, you end up risking $10. And then if, for instance, all the trade goes against you, you know that you've lost only $10. All right. So these things are things you need to tell yourself the truth about and stick to it. There are no two ways about it. Okay. So it will tell you that we keep losing money. I've blown a lot of accounts. Yeah, I've blown a lot of accounts. That is why I don't like putting all my money in futures account. Okay. I only put that money that I know that I'm going to trade with. All right. If I lose that money, I still have another money, maybe that I used to buy some tokens in the spot market, where I can get additional money to replenish back the one I've lost. And then if I make money from the futures market, okay, if for instance this what's it called, this challenge we are talking about goes well and I hit 2K, immediately I'm pulling 1K, okay, to put it in my long-term portfolio stuff and all of that, and then use 1K to start another journey. As I'm making profit, I'm taking it out. In fact, if for instance, today I see that, this token is at a level, I want to buy this token, and it's part of those tokens that I'm holding, okay, that I'm building as my long-term portfolio, and it's at a resistant, a very critical level and area of interest where I can buy it. All right, from that futures trading account, I'm removing money from it. All right, I'm removing money from it. If, for instance, I've gone 7% or whatever it is, I will reset. And then I take my $100 or $200 from that account, I will reset and start all over again. It's as simple as that. All right. You make money from futures every day to foot your bills, take care of other things. All right. Because it is quick money, it is sharp money and all of that. Okay. You make money from here to take care of other things. While you're making money, you're withdrawing and putting elsewhere. When you finally lose, okay, when you become careless and then you make some mistake, you lose money there, you want to do what? Take money from the other, mid-term, long-term portfolio, and then come back again to trade. All right. I saw who gave that analysis someday, okay, that what he learned is that, okay, you are coming into the space, you put 90% of your capital, right, into spot and all of that, and then put 10% of your capital into 10% of your capital into what? Into futures. Okay. My midterm portfolio, my midterm trading stuff is trading margin. Okay. I like trading margin, and my margin trading is on Binance. All right. I like trading margin on Binance. For instance, when Binance was doing this US stuff of a thing, I actually wanted to buy their coin if it goes below $200. Unfortunately, it did not go. And I was going to use 10x leverage on their margin stuff to buy that their coin. Unfortunately, it did not go. But surprisingly, every other thing was dumping. BNB was going to 250. I said, you see, I would have even bought at that 220 or less than 220 that I saw it. I would have made some money from that, right? So margin trading has equally been profitable for me and all of that. But because it's leverage, some persons will not understand. You equally get liquidated on margin trading. But yeah, it's equally profitable if you get it right. It's equally profitable if you get it right. You can do 3x leverage and all of that. Okay, did anybody enter this trade? It's actually going well, actually. But yeah, Gladys. Is it? Okay, sorry. It's Galazi. Galazi, right? Galazi, your hands is up. You want to say something? Go ahead. So margin trading is my midterm stuff, which I do once in a while, make profit, exit. And then margin trading, you should equally know that the fee they charge there or the commission you pay there is every hour. It's not that much, actually. It's not that much. Okay, it's every hour. For instance, I've traded margin where I made over 1,000 plus as profit, and the fee was not even up to $100.
Wow.
The fee was not even up to $100. So yeah, I like margin trading and all of that. So do try out margin and I bet you never. No, don't try margin, okay? Focus on one first. Once you specialize on one, right? You can take others. Galaxy, go ahead. Okay, Galaxy, I don't think you join with your mic. I don't even think you are hearing us, right? I don't think you are hearing us. So you need to enable your mic to be able to hear us. Please, how much is for personal technical analysis training? I don't charge money for training, okay? If you want me to do any training with you, all you just need is sign up on Bybit, deposit at least $100 into your Bybit account, and then I can schedule a day training with you. And then subsequently, if you have questions, you can always reach out to me and all of that. All right. So I don't charge for training. That's basically what I do. You go sign up on Bybit using my link, make a deposit of $100, and then we can schedule a training with you. All right? We can schedule a training with you and all of that. That's basically it. Yeah. All right, guys. Yes, go ahead.
This is saying I haven't done any one. I mean, you said if we sign with your link, maybe you can book up a trading day for us. For like let's say for me, I don't have that idea, but I would like to have.
Yeah, now that you have, okay, we can schedule. Just let me know, just send me a message, okay, and then I'll let you know which day will be convenient, or we'll decide which day will be convenient for the both of us. We can do one or 1 hour, 30 minutes section together.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I will just write.
Let me ask one more question.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, regarding those with low capital, let's see anything less than, or let's say from $50 downwards. So, okay, in the trade now, what leverage do you suggest someone should just pick on? Is it anything from 5 or lower than 5?
If you'll be trading signals, okay, if you are going to solely depend on signals, okay, whether it is
Yeah.
a paid signal or it is a free signal or whatever, okay, there are no difference between paid and the free signals, actually, in case many of you don't know. Just use between 3 and 5x leverage. And the same thing applies to you, whether it's $50 or even $10. Use 10% of that capital for entering trades. Okay, 10% of, so $50, 10% of $50 will be $5. So it means that you'll be risking, if it is only one trade per time you want to take, you'll be risking $5 per trade. But if you're going to trade like 3 different signals at the same time, okay, still split that $5 among those 3 different signals, okay? This is for proper. I know the profit. This is where the problem is. Some persons will say, how much will I now make? Maybe this market goes against in my favor 100%. I only make $1. Yes, it is good. Okay, it is good you even make that $1 than you risk the whole of your capital, because in most cases, you will see situations where you say, you'll just be biting your finger that, assuming I knew I enter with the whole of my capital, right? This trade that gave me 200% would have given me, 200% of my capital. There are times you see things like that, all right? There are times you start feeling and start thinking that way, but just stick to it. Use 5%, use 10% of your capital always. Even if you don't want to use it in percentage, if for instance you have $50, you can decide that in all the trades I'm going to take, I will not risk more than $10 in this trade. Okay, in all these trades. Except you have looked at the market yourself, you understand and you have the confidence that you want to trade that market. You can decide to go all in. You can decide to do whatever you do once the analysis are coming from you, because you will be more confident and more sure with the analysis you've done yourself than depending solely on what some other person has provided you. Even if it is paid, I'm telling you, okay, once you are taking signals, use just between 2-3x leverage and all of that. But if you look at the market yourself and you decide to go 100x leverage, 200x leverage, no wahala. That way, if you lose the money, you will blame yourself, right? That you go and take somebody's signal and they trade, because I've noticed that when some of you take signals, the anger, like you lose that signal, right? When the trade goes against you, the anger which you write or you comment, I can feel the anger from where I am, right? It's like assuming I did not take your signal, I wouldn't have lost my money. You get so that kind of anger. So yeah, the anger is always there. So if you are taking somebody's signal, use lower leverage. 2x leverage is equally something, right? But don't use 1x leverage. 1x leverage is like trading on the spot market. But the difference between trading 1x leverage and the spot market is that because you are using that derivative option, you will still get liquidated. When you're trading on the spot market, if you buy a token and the token goes against you minus 100%, you still have the token with you. Because you have not sold it, you've not lost. But when you do 1x leverage on derivative, and then market goes against you 100%, the exchange will still liquidate you, even when you're not borrowing money from them. Okay? So do 2x leverage, do 3x leverage, do 4x leverage, do 5x leverage, right? Do 5x leverage if you are trading signals. All right? But if you are doing your own trades yourself, doing your analysis yourself, and you know that, yes, this market, or like I always say, have a particular token that you look at every day. These tokens are things you don't need signals to trade. Okay? When you look at it and say, okay, I'm looking at, for instance, SRP. I have a level here. SRP has been consolidating here on the 4 hours. Okay? And then it always gets here. So I'm looking at buying SRP. If it comes down to this area, I want to buy. Every day you'll be looking at it. Every day as it's coming closer, or you set your limit order, once it triggers, you know that from here, because it is on a higher time frame, it will eventually start going up. Okay, it could go down and give you some losses, but in as much as your stop loss is very far, your liquidation is far, just hold on to it. It will take a day or two, it comes back in your favor, it gives you profit, and you're out. Okay, and you're at that particular token, once you've traded it once, twice, you begin to enjoy it. As somebody who told me that since Solana started rising since $25, okay, he was trading Solana, always looking for long. And in all of it, Solana was always, in fact, he had like 100% win rate on Solana alone for all of his long trade. For all of his long trades. Okay, at times you equally need to take advantage of, the trend in the market too. Solana at a point, it was that, okay, their network is very fast, it is stable. In fact, Solana is going to outperform Ethereum and all of that. And then a lot of projects started coming up on Solana. G2, for instance, one of the biggest airdrop that happened this year on the Solana blockchain. Okay, the next one now is AVAX. Okay, the AVAX ecosystem is equally, a lot of projects ongoing there and all of that. I believe that AVAX will equally do do well. AVAX is the token that actually is Avalanche, okay? It's Avalanche network and all of that, right? So when you see trends in these areas like that, you see that more monies are coming into that project and all of that, okay? You start following the trend too. Start following the trend too, all right? It means that if that guy was smart enough and then had enough money and put like 1K in Solana trade, $5, all right, and head on to Solana, even when it's going against you, you're holding in as much as it does not come back to your entry, okay? Head on to Solana until it gets to $70. You know how much that would have been, right? You know how much that would have, you would have made more money than just those quick scalp you were doing and all of that. So yeah, if you are trading signals, okay, use very low leverage. If you are trading your own personal trade that you know that this is what you are confident in doing, you can use as high leverage as you wish, okay? You can use as high leverage as you wish. You can use 100x leverage if possible.
Exactly. Like TRB, I never expected it would go back to 100. And TRB at the moment,
TRB, I don't know. I just fell in love with that token, but TRB has been great. Okay, my stuff is still. I'm still hopeful that TRB will go to 145. All right. For
what
those of you who have been
about,
following me for a while, I've been talking about TRB. Say again.
I say as of on 8th of this month, it was around $70. But today is
Yes,
almost 114. Wow.
exactly. So even what is happening in the market right now is not. TRB had to fall from wherever it was falling from to. Yeah, it went down to
It
as
did
low as
fall very, very
72.
bad.
Yeah, I think we were looking at signals between 80 and 70 something dollars, right? That was when I dropped like two different signals on TRB and all of that because it was not moving. It was always, it would push up, come back, push up, come back. Eventually, TRB is moving up. So my target is still that 145, all right? We went to 144 before we started dropping, but I'm still hoping that it will shoot up to that 145. So if you bought TRB, yeah, if you're holding on spot, which is what I recommended, you should be in profit right now at that $70 level. So yeah, okay. I would like to go get yeah, just sign up on Bybit, okay? Sign up. If you have a Bybit account already, just do a KYC transfer. Because it's in less than a minute, you should do that, okay? Yeah, definitely. See, losing a trade, when you lose big money in trade, okay, it not only happens to me a lot. My mood will just change. I don't even want to talk to anybody. You just be transferring aggression. Somebody will be asking, okay, what did I do? Like my wife will always ask, what exactly have I done now? They will not know that it's something that I've done myself that is making me angry. So you just lose money and you feel like slapping yourself, beating yourself, and all of that. Yeah. But these things happen, okay? It's very clear. It happens when we keep resisting to lose money. Like, okay, you know that trade is going against you. And then you look at the stop loss and say, this stop loss is big. Oh, okay, let me leave it for the trade to play out. All right, you leave the trade to play out. In fact, any token you are trading and you see that on a higher time frame, it has broken, there's a change of character, maybe there is in a downtrend and all of that, okay? Don't, for instance, for TRB, right? TRB was just going up and up from around, I started trading TRB from $35, right? Some persons say they bought at $15, $12 and all, but I started trading TRB from $35, right? Around $35. So it was going and going and going and going. When this candle dropped, okay, and then immediately rejected up, I was confident that from here we'll have a bounce up, okay? Because what I was looking at to see that TRB will continue to go down is for us to break below this particular area here, okay? This particular area. I'm looking at this on the daily time frame. Okay. And then the next candle started printing the next day and they broke that area. So from here, I knew somebody who even came and said TRB will go to zero or whatever. Okay. So from here, I knew that, okay, TRB will be going down and all of that. Then I decided to use my Fibonacci retracement tool that how far can this go? Okay, how far can this go? Which is why I had this golden level here. But eventually, TRB never get down to that level. Okay, that's $60 level, which is the golden level, but it never get down there. So we'll just bounce from that 50% level and we are going back up. Okay, from that 50% level, we are going back up. So between now and next week, I see TRB going back to that $140, right? I see TRB going back to $140 again and all of that. Okay. All right, I'll look at Abe, but Muhammad is asking if I start with $50, will I get $500 before the end of December? In fact, you can lose your $50 today. Okay, it's not a swear, right? But
No, it's not
I
a swear. He doesn't
yes,
know. Like if I tell him the amount I've lost from within last couple of 2 months ago to now, I don't think he will even join.
I mean, so it's not something you say, will I get yes, you can even get $500 today alone. You can get $500. But the question is, do you know exactly how to trade the market? Can you scalp? Do you know how to analyze the market? That is the first thing you need to know. If you know that, then you know you will not know whether you turn your $50 to $500 and all of that. Okay. I give it to Goswi, right? That guy is good at scalping. When he wants to scalp, just that he's somewhat distracted because the guy is learning what's it called? Tailoring. He has been doing this thing for years now. He's almost rounding up, right? So he cannot just leave tailoring now and be focused on trading. So when at times he gets distracted, most especially this season where people are giving you Christmas clothes and all of that, right? So, but the guy is good at scalping, right? I've seen that guy turn, $100 to 12K, right? I've seen him turn $100 to 12K. That is because he knows what he's
Wow.
doing. He
Wow.
know when he can enter his trade, he know when he can exit, okay? He can easily spot out areas of support and resistance and all of that. He's good at that, all right? And be taking trades. And then he equally has the mind to hold on to trades, even when the trade is going against him by minus 50%. All right. In as much as it has not gone beyond the area he's looking at, he can hold on to those trade and all of that. So he's good at that. So if you are good at scalping, if you are good at analyzing the market, you know when to enter a trade and when to exit a trade. Yes, before the end of December, you can turn your $50 to $500. Okay. But if you come in here and start trading with your emotions and start thinking that trading will just change your life overnight, and then you start entering trades anyhow. As you're entering anyhow, you'll be losing anyhow. All right. So yes, Muhammad, you need to understand first. Once you understand, and I will not say signals will be the one to make you this money. Okay. Yeah, Bayanda, welcome. Yeah, you joined late. Sorry. Signals will not be the one to make you that kind of money you're looking for. All right. So the whole essence of our signals is let it be a guide. Let it just be like something to guide you. All right. And then you look at it, you'll be the one, you're the master to make the final decision if you will take that or not. Okay. So please try to understand, reading the charts. If you do that, even if you are going to be trading signals, you will not, I bet you will not lose. Okay. Yeah. For Abe, for me, I'll be looking for long. Okay. I'll be looking for long, except if Abe breaks below this support area here, right? So yeah, it was a resistance will broke, right? Now we are using it as a support. I'm even doing this on the daily time frame. Let's go to 15 minutes and see how this will play out, okay? So until Abe breaks below this area of support here, I'm looking at, this was the area we marked at the daily, which is around that 150 something and all of that. But currently we're at 159. All right. So anywhere between this area here, because I map out this on the daily time frame, I'll be looking for long. All right. Anywhere here, even from the current price that you enter long, but if I'm to trade this Ape, okay, I'll be adding to my position from here to the upside. So Ape is a long trade for me. All right. Is a long setup for me. So from here, you start picking trades to the upside and be targeting that level of 1.8. And if A breaks this 1.8, the next level will be $2. Okay, we could go to 2.3, all right? And then we'll continue to go and go until we get, remember this trend line is, I think it's, yeah, it's equally on the daily time frame. So I see A, going to as high as $6. So if you want to, but right now we do have a challenge here, which is this resistance area we have here, okay? Remember, it was a support here, and then we are using it as a resistance right now, okay? This 1.8. Once we break, maybe if we start pushing back from here to the upside, we could get Ape to to start printing for us, right? So yeah, for A, be looking for long, except if BTC does otherwise, okay? If BTC does otherwise, then maybe A could drop less than that. Okay,
This
you
is
see
the
that area of
problem.
support is landing on with 382 level, all right? This area, so I see a bounce from here to the upside. Yeah, SRP, if it is long, okay. If SRP is long, yes, hold on to SRP. Okay, if it is long, hold on to SRP. I don't know where your entry was. Okay, for Bayanda, I don't know where your entry was. And then for Solana, so for the SOL trade, let me see. I don't know. Solana started just, in fact, not just Solana, everything related to Solana started dumping. Even the JTO that I talked about, okay, that was actually influencing the market, pumping and all of that. Everything started dumping and all of that. So for SOL, yeah, SOL is currently sitting at this level here. So if you look at the daily time frame, we're currently sitting, I don't know, it depends on how today's candle closes, okay? We're currently sitting at a support level. So it was a resistance here before resistance, now it is a support. All right, if we don't close below that area, then I see SOL bouncing off from here to the upside. Okay, so I see SOL bouncing. What are you looking at? Bayanda, what are you looking at? Is it a long trade or a short trade? I don't know what the position you are holding. Is it a long or a short trade?
It's a long trade. It's the signal that you have sent on the group. I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday. My entry was 6767.
Yeah, that for if it is yesterday's trade for me, it's still running. Okay, it's still running. But anything below this area, what I'm looking at is anything below this week. All right, I think my stop loss is around $60 or thereabout because I was adding to my position. Right at the point, I just decided to wait and see what Solana is doing. So if you entered at 67, yeah. I don't know. Currently, I'm still holding to the trade, but I want to see Solana to break below this area for me. All right.
Okay.
If Solana breaks below this area, I'm looking at that daily time frame. Right. I'm looking at the daily time frame. So it means that after today, if I see candle printing below, then I no longer want to be in this trade for Solana. Okay. I no longer want to be in this trade for Solana. Yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Market is turning upside down, eh?
Yeah, BTC is currently sitting, BTC, what I want to see on BTC, I don't want it to go below 40K, right? If BTC go below 40K, then we could look at getting BTC to as low as 38K, right? Yeah, 38,000, yeah, but if we do have a bounce here up, then everything in the market could actually start waking up. Yeah, BTC, I don't want to see it go below 40K. And then for UNFI too, I'm equally looking for a long trade for UNFI. I'm looking for a long trade for this particular token too. So let me check the daily. Yeah. But what I'm looking at is if this thing will come back down to that $5.6 level, right? That's where I'm looking at to enter a trade for UNFI. If I get it down at that 5.6, this area of 5.6, 5.7 or thereabout, okay? We can target back that $13 area up there. That's basically what I'm looking for this particular token. So I don't know how, but I'm still hoping that it comes down there because that's why I want to start entering a long trade for UNFI. The application is called Trading View, okay? Trading View is the application I'm using. All right. And then your exchanges have all of this embedded into their platform. So the application is called TradingView. I don't know about others, but please, can you give me a brief scrapping just to clarify some confusion? I should give you a brief scrapping, like give you a trade to scrap, or what exactly are you referring to?
Yes. Just pick a random trade and just guide the whole group. Let's refresh
Okay,
our brain a little bit.
if for instance I want to scrap the Solana trade, right? If I want to scrap Solana, basically what I would do is I'll come to the 15 minutes, but for Solana, it has just been going down and down and down and down, right? Down and down, because for Solana, I would have said this area here, I would have used it as my high, okay? And then use this area we're currently trading at as my low, all right? So I want to see a situation where Solana will come bounce here, go back up, bounce there, come back downwards. That is not playing at here, right? That's not playing at here. But if I still want to scalp Solana, for instance, sorry.
Hello.
So what I can do is to go to the lower time frame. I can go to like, within the 5 minutes time frame, for instance. All right. Now, when I'm scalping, I look at tokens that will give me a whole lot. Okay. That will give me a whole lot. Even the 5 minutes time frame, let me take out this. Even on the 5 minutes time frame, Solana has been going down and down and down and down. Okay, so on the 5 minutes time frame, I can map out this area here as my high, right? I'll take there as my high, and then leave this deviation out of it, take here as my low. Okay, I take here, for instance, as my low. So right now, with what Solana is doing right now, if I go to either the 1 minute or the 3 minutes time frame, yeah, I can go to the 1 minute time frame. Okay, each time I see Solana here rejecting, I'll be taking a long. So as it is right now, okay, rejecting here, I'll be taking a short, not long actually, not long. But the way it is right now, Solana is not moving. So let me look for another token that I can actually use to do this. Let's do FTT, for instance. Okay, so FTT is only traded on the spot market for bybit. Bybit gets sense. They know maybe people chop their money. Right? Let me go back to okay, we're on the 1 minute time frame, right? What I'm doing now, let's even do Solana of a thing. What I'm doing now is, what I'm looking at is, I want to see Solana break below this level for 1 minute, okay? If Solana breaks below that level, I will take a short for Solana, okay? And then what I'm targeting, anything from here, let's say from here down there, it's not even up to 1%, all right? It's not even up to 1%, just 0.6%. So in this case, if I'm to take Solana here, all right, I can short Solana anywhere from here. That is, if we come back down there, put stop loss just slightly above that area. And in this case, what I can do, if it plays that okay, I can decide to use like a 50x leverage in this. Okay, 50x leverage in this, and even if it is $5 I stake in that, I'm ready to let go if it finally come back down there. All right, that's one scenario. Alternatively, from here I can decide to take a long. All right, I can decide to take a long. But let me just wait and see what happens here. Okay, we're on the 1 minute time frame. So let's see how this plays out. So is that we break below or we reject it and go back up? So let me just see. Let me open my chart and see what I can do there, guys.
I have a Solana analysis that is playing out.
Go ahead.
But I didn't set a limit order, so I missed the entry. My entry was at 64 at the dot. But I'm thinking maybe it will still go back to 64 again. Then I'll take entry again.
64 on the
So
dot.
yes, I have set a limit order at 64 again. Maybe price will go back there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll come back to that, but currently I'm on the 1 minute time frame. So we're looking at, scalping opportunity for Solana. So I see Sol, I can take a long trade on Sol from here. Okay, target this area up there, right? 0.5%. With a 50x leverage, you can then calculate what that will give you. All right. With a 50x leverage, you can then calculate what that will give you. But yeah, I see, and normally it's market order, guys. Okay. Is normally market order. So I have my phone opened, and yeah, I see Solana going back up to that around maybe 65.97 or thereabout. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So right, I'm doing this with that indicator, right? I'm doing this with that indicator, but normally my 15-minute scalping is recently I've been using what's it called? This ribbon I sent to you guys. Okay, for those of you who have seen that video, recently I've been using the videos, the ribbon. So in the change of those things, those are what I take. All right. Yeah. So with a 50x leverage, just make quick money from here, right? We're just looking at that 0.5. If we go to 66, fine. All right. We'll go to 66, fine. But with this move alone, if another candle prints and come back up, all right, 10, 20%, I'm out of that market. Normally, I set limit orders, right? I said, like, as I'm entering that trade, I'm setting that if it goes 10% or 20%, depending on the number of leverage I'm using, 10%, 20%, okay, I close the trade automatically. 10%, 20%, I close the trade automatically. Okay. Yeah, Leon, go ahead.
So I should go ahead, like I should show my analysis.
Yes, you say you were looking at Solana, right?
Yes.
Let's see what you have. And I saw you're using your phone throughout on all of this chart analysis you're doing.
Yes. My system is having problem.
Yeah, try seriously. So anybody that is here that doesn't have a system, you don't have any excuse. Yeah, go ahead and share your screen because I saw the setup you shared initially, which was great, okay, and all of that. So yeah, go ahead and share your screen. So for Chocolin, you get what I'm saying, right?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
So this is my analysis on. So the thing already triggered, and I just did it and I forgot it. I didn't set limit order for it. So what I saw basically on a 3-hour time frame, there's an order here because SOL consolidated. So by so doing, it has made this place an order block because of it's created series of indecision candles there. So I map out that place, and when Bitcoin dumped that time, SOL spiked down and tapped that level. So my analysis was that okay, that simply means this level is now retested. So if SOL comes down again to this same level again, it will spike up.
Yeah.
When you brought up when someone said that they should check SOL, and I just checked it and I discovered that it has already tapped that level and it has already spiked up again. So I'm not saying okay, maybe the thing will still come back down for me to still enter at that same point of 64 at the dot. My stop loss is still at 60.8, which is minus 20, and my TP is 60%. So which is 3 ratio 3 risk to reward ratio, risk to reward ratio 3. So basically, I'm just saying maybe the guy will just come back down again.
Yeah, and that same level is where I'm looking at Solana not going beyond, because if Solana goes beyond that area, for instance, my Solana trade currently, Though there is no liquidation because I'm on cross margin. Okay, I don't have any option for liquidation on Sol. And as I speak with you, my average entry for Sol is currently at 69. My average entering for Sol is currently at 69. So if Sol goes beyond anything below that, although stop loss is around $60 anyway, anything below that area, then I'll start looking at, getting stopped at on Sol and all of that. But I'm still holding up. Hopefully, anything above $70, I should be in profit back. Anything above $70, I should be in profit back and all of that. But I hope to add to Solana because I want to bring the entry to around maybe 66 or thereabout. I hope to add to that trade for Solana and all of that. So yeah, let's see how that will play out, and I should be able to.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. So yeah, what are we looking at next? I think that's basically it. Okay. If there are no more questions, should be calling it a day here, guys. There are no more. Look at that. Right. So you look at Sol. Okay. If you put now, if you just use like 10, 5x leverage, these things will not work for you, right? These things will not work for you. So, but if I decide to wait more for Solana, okay, I can still get Solana come back to 66, right? I can still get Solana come back to around 66, okay, to 66, all right? Then if we get back up there again, I want to equally see a rejection, and then I will take a short trade. All right. Now, when you are doing this, most especially on the lower time frame, okay, you want to equally pay attention to candle patterns. Okay, you want to equally pay attention to candle patterns, most especially when you get an engulfing candle. Okay, you get a pin bar candle, all right, and a doji candle and all of that. You want to equally pay attention when the market gets to your area of interest, just like we map out here. Okay, and the 1 minute will be rejecting at this area. So when we get back up there, what exactly are you seeing? Okay, that will make you say, okay, I'm going to take a short trade for this particular, I'm going to short or I'm going to long. All right. You equally need to pay attention to all of those as well. That way you'll be able to, trade the market confidently. So if you understand chart patterns, candlestick patterns and all of that, you should, aside the fact that you've been able to spot that, okay, there's a resistance here or there's a support here and all of that. What else are you looking at? All right. What else are you looking at? All right. And alternatively, I can equally decide to just do trend lines, okay? Do trend lines, a breakout of that trend line, I'm going up, do trend line, a breakout of that trend line, I'm going down and all of that. So a lot of things you look at when you are trading and all of that. Please, can we analyze Loom? Even a while ahead of Loom, actually. Yeah, what Leon did was on the 4 hours time frame, okay? Yeah, what he did was on the 4 hours time frame. Let's try to do a video explaining how to use the setup trading view. I have videos on that. Okay, John, I have a video on that. If you want, I can say I have a video on how to use trading view on your phone. I have a video on how to use trading view on the laptop. All right. So there are videos on all of that. Okay. So Loom woke up one morning and then started pumping, got everybody fell in love with it, and then decided to disappear to thin air. I didn't even know that some persons are still looking at Loom and still trading Loom. Okay, yeah. So Loom, since it has that dump, it has been consolidating. I think Loom is currently at this, area of accumulation right now. Okay. So if you are going to be trading Loom, looking at the daily time frame, okay, yeah, pay attention. Loom has not been able to go below that area, neither has it been able to go above this area. So yeah, that's basically, once Loom breaks out of this area, then you can see Loom going up, all right? So what you're looking at for Loom, I don't know what you're looking at for, but yeah, whatever you want to do on Loom now, Loom is currently consolidating, it's going sideways, okay? But on the lower time frame, you could be looking for, to scalp those things, all right? I'm currently on the 15 minutes time frame. So if you get loom test this level again, we'll map out on a daily time frame. All right. Anything at 0.098, 0.097, you should be looking for long. And then if loom decides to go back up to here at 13 cents, you'll be looking for short until finally will break out of that area. Okay. Is that will break out and go up, or will break down and continue to go down. All right. That's basically what I'm looking at for loom. All right, so I use those levels that I've pointed out on the daily time frame, which is what you're seeing clearly here. So from here, be looking for long. Look at that. Okay, loom came, rejected here, came, tested that level again, tested it again. All right. So, and if it comes back there again, you should be looking for long. Right. If it comes back there again, you should be looking for long for the loom trade. I've not traded loom for a long time now. I think I try to stake loom. Try to stake loan. I wish they would do airdrop and give me some airdrop. Guys, I've not been too lucky with airdrops. People are making a lot of money with airdrops. I've not been too lucky with airdrops. I don't know why. And Jito airdrop, I didn't participate, but in on that Jito stuff, there were no too many things. Okay, assuming you were just taking like even one Solana, you would have gotten airdrop what, like 10, 15K, like 10, 15K. I have many favorite pairs, okay? I trade UNFI a lot. I trade 10,000 ladies a lot, okay? I trade BNB, okay? I trade, what's it called again? ARB, okay? These are some of the trades tokens that I know that, you know, it moves within a particular range, okay? Even if something happens right now and it dump, okay? I have a particular support level I've marked down there. It will always go back there. And when I'm trading those tokens, okay, I allocate a lot of money for it. I allocate some money for it actually. And then I use leverage that will not get me out of the market anytime soon. Right? I use leverage that will not get me out of the market anytime soon. I can just set limit orders and go do my thing. All right. Set limit orders and go do my thing. And always, as always, I don't set just one limit order, right? So yeah. I can come and set a limit order that I want to buy loom here. Okay, buy loom here, buy loom here, buy loom here, and then put my stop loss there. All right. So I can do this with some of those favorite tokens that I trade a lot. 10,000 ladies. Okay. UNFI, which I'm looking at buying. Okay. I'm looking at buying UNFI at 5.6. Okay, and all of that. And then I put my stop loss maybe around $3 or thereabout. I'm looking at buying those tokens, 10,000 ladies, ARB, BNB, and all of that. So yeah, just have specific tokens that I trade. And in most cases, they don't give me the return immediately. It could take a day or two before you hit my target. And then the risk reward ratio is always a 1. I'm looking at least minimum of a 1 to 4. All right, but it can go to as high as 1 to 10, depending on the opportunity. For instance, if UNFI plays that, okay, if UNSI plays that, if this thing plays that, I'm unable to hold on to this trade patiently and it plays that, okay, this is a risk reward ratio of 1 to 8.7. All right, this is a 1 to 8.7 risk reward ratio, right? Which is a good one. So imagine buying this thing here, even if it is on the spot market, that is over 160% move, right? You buy here at $6 or 6.5 or 6.6, and it goes to $13. That is over 100 and something percent move. Now, if you add that to a 10x leverage, you can imagine what that will be. All right, you hold this for long, and it will definitely play out. All right, so that's basically some of the things I do that I don't send signals for. Handling drawdown is basically working, okay, hand in hand with your leverage, okay, and then knowing specific tokens you can trade, okay. You don't trade tokens that when it dumps like this, it dumps 200%, okay. Handling drawdown, it all depends on the number of tokens or trades you are taking per time, all right. It all depends equally on how much you are risking per trade. Okay, so your position size, your leverage, and all of that, okay, will help you to, keep your your drawdown, if you're looking at daily, weekly, or monthly drawdown, okay, at a minimum. All right. So leverage, yeah, the position size too, okay, equally matters and all of that. So to handle that, guys, Solana actually played that, right? Solana actually played that and all of that. So yeah, you see that making money is not as difficult as some of us think about it, right? So you get. So you need to work with your leverage, but in most cases, guys, there are at times, for instance, I'm looking, there's this phone that I've been getting a lot of feeds on that phone on my timeline on Instagram and the rest. It seems everybody's reviewing the phone. And then I want to buy it for my content creation. Maybe I want to be using it as my videos and all of that. But I don't know if the video on that phone is big, is good enough, because I would prefer to use iPhone and all of that. But I don't have money. I'm very broke. I don't have money to buy iPhone, right? So I want to go and buy a cheap phone that I'll be using. Okay. So I can decide to just scalp and be using, for instance, if I choose Solana, right? I think bybit can allow me to use up to 75x leverage on Solana or thereabout. When I see opportunity, I can scalp, with that high leverage and all of that. But in that kind of trade, I need time. I need to be on my chart, all right? I need to focus on the particular token that I'm trading too. So if you want to manage drawdown, always, your leverage and your position size equally will help you do that nicely. Leverage and position size. And always taking trades when they meet all the confluences you're looking at. All right. Okay, guys, I think I'll call it a day here. Any question, any further clarifications you want us to talk on? If not, call it a day here, guys. See you guys tomorrow. Manage all your trades, okay? FOMC, how I wish, okay? But that time will be late for me. I have other meetings that I need to actually attend to during, I think I have a meeting by 6. I would have wanted us to do a live stream by then and see if we can get some trades, but I will keep, I'll keep us posted on the Telegram. I'll keep us posted on the Telegram for the FOMC meeting.
I think Solana is going up. You said you will short when it's in which level?
No. I'm not shorting Solana. I have a long trade on Solana currently running, so I'm not shorting Solana.
I thought you said you will short it.
No, I'm not shorting Solana. I'm still hoping that Solana gets to 70. Okay, I'm looking at least securing profit at 70 and $71 or upward. I'm not shorting Solana right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no stress.
The stuff I was actually showing Chocolini, who was asking about some scalp. That one was on the 1 minute time frame. Okay. If you go back, but
okay.
yes, I've deleted those areas, and I think I mapped out that area. Is it on 66 or 67? Yeah, but on a long run, I'm still holding a long trade on Solana, so I'm not thinking of shorting anything. Maybe if we get this $71 area is where I'm looking at actually closing my trade and looking for new entries.
True. Right. People.
Sorry, sorry, I didn't get. Are you talking to me because you're on and off?
Okay, sure. Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, I think our boss is on the Zoom, right? AK is on the Zoom. Boss, you have the mic, okay? You can go ahead and unmute yourself. Tell us how is the journey so far? I have a lot of trades that I'm not closed. So each time I make some profit on my scalping trade, I still put it back to that word. Because I don't want to lose money, those trades are still running. So they are the ones holding my performance on my challenge right now. if I happen to close that trade in losses, okay, it will eat, almost half of my capital. So Alpha, what's going on?
Nothing much, bro. How is everyone doing? I've just been listening in for a while, so really interesting conversations and analysis. And yeah, so right now I'm just basically playing a waiting game because um BTC is kind of sending me mixed signals. Um, it's not really dumping per se. There was a dump and then maybe another minor dump, but right now it's kind of consolidating. But yeah, all the odds are kind of bleeding, or most odds are kind of bleeding. So I'm just really watching the markets, looking at BTC dominance. Um, Let me share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I'm just watching the markets, looking at BTC dominance. I think the small dump we saw like in the last few hours was because of this mini rally from BTC dominance. So obviously anytime this goes up, um anytime this goes up, like odds always tend to bleed on most odds, like except the stronger ones. So this was like almost a 1% move from BTC dominance. But yeah, but it's going back down. So it seems like it's actually like going to dump in the medium to short term. That's if this candle plays out because it hits a resistance here, hit a resistance here. So anyways, really right now I'm just watching. I have like 3 trades open, or 4 trades rather open. I have Cyber, I have NKN, I have what's the name of this? I have PERP, I have Bonk. So those are the 4 trades I have open, and they're all in like losses. Maybe not like really heavy losses, but losses that are like halfway between my entry um and my stop loss. So they're just halfway there. In fact, I think Cyber got really close to my stop loss, but it didn't trigger. Yeah, Cyber
NKN is
got
still
close.
running on my end too, but
Yeah.
I decided not to hold Cyber because I had a bad experience on Cyber before, so I'm always very careful with that token.
Yeah, Cyber. This Cyber, man. Like I don't know, but if there's any small like run up, it's going to run up. It's just BTC that took it down. So these are the tokens I'm still holding. These are the trades I'm still holding. But I'm yet to get any really good setup this morning. So I just have my eyes on BTC because like I said, BTC is giving us mixed signals because to be honest, like there are some indicators that are telling me it's going to go back up to this 44K level. But then there are also some indicators telling me we might see a dump. So looking at this level and then this, it looks like it's a like bullish divergence, to be honest. But yeah, so there's obviously a bullish divergence here. There's obviously a bullish divergence here because we see a lower low with price action, but on the RSI, we are seeing a higher low. So that's a bullish divergence. But then we can see the golden cross and death cross stuff I was talking about. So right now, the 200 EM moving average, that's this red indicator has crossed the green indicator. But like I said the other day, it's always a lagging indicator. So I don't tend to use it too much in terms of prediction. On the 4-hour chart, on the 4-hour chart, BTC looks healthy, to be honest, because after this first dump, this is one dump, this is a higher low, this is another higher low, if you really look at it. So, but then obviously you can also look at it as from here, we've been having this is a low, this is a lower low, this is a lower low as well. So I'm just waiting for more price action to kind of give me a better indication of where we are going. If I see a break above this, if BTC goes above, I think I'm going to wait for BTC to go kind of get this somewhere around this level. And then that would kind of signal to me that we're kind of back being bullish. So right now I'm playing a waiting game. But so I also wanted to mention that maybe sometimes when you're not trading, features. Okay, so I also wanted to mention that while everything is happening, there are still some tokens that we are seeing having big moves. Like we saw a very big move from AB and I think OP, though they later dumped when the whole BTC madness started. But if you really want to trade, you might want to look at some interesting tokens that might like fly up despite if we see any small consolidation from BTC. So what I was trying to say is there are some tokens that we should be buying on spot, right? I think there are some really good tokens that we should be buying on spot and not just trading on futures. Like chief among this is Bonk. And okay, you mentioned something about airdrops earlier. So one key to airdrops is holding your tokens on spot, right? On Bybit. That's for the tokens that you can hold in decentralized wallets. Holding it on centralized exchanges like Bybit is not going to make you eligible for airdrops. Like if you have Bonk on spot on Bybit or wherever on any centralized exchange, it's not going to qualify you for airdrops. So if you want to qualify for airdrops, you should try to hold some of these tokens on decentralized exchanges. So some of the tokens, I was making a small list. I'm not done with it yet. Maybe when I'm done, I would share it. So some of the tokens I'm holding, I'm aiming to get on spot. I've already bought some of them, but not all. So I'm looking at Bonk. I'm looking at Audi. Still looking at Audi because, to be honest, it still has like a long way to run up. This is Audi. Yeah, so where we are at right now is we're around 48. So if you set an order for somewhere around 45, this is a spot trade I'm talking about. If you set an order somewhere around 45, up to where we were before, that's 69, is already a 60% move, right? That's if you're buying it on spot. Just you could set an order somewhere around here, and if it goes up to this level, is a 50% move. So obviously, I even still expect it to go higher with time. But yeah, so I'm just saying you should also look to trade on spot because on spot, there's no risk of liquidation, right? And if it goes against you, goes to this level, it's just an 11% move. So it's always something you can wait for. So Bonk or the CI is another token I'm looking at holding. Okay, I'm looking at big time. Yeah, I'm looking at big time, but I would wait for it to come down somewhere around this level. If you want to buy it on spot, right? if you want to buy it on spot, so somewhere around this 0.5681 level, and then wait for it to get back to its all-time high, which I expect to happen, obviously, because big time is really strong. We've seen that most times once BTC consolidates or once BTC is like performing well, it tends to fly up. Because if you even look at the crazy move he had from somewhere around here to its all-time high, this is like a very, very crazy move. This is a 400% move. So even without leverage, if you had it on spots, that's it times 4, right? So this other move here that is obviously going to do, I expect it to come down to this. This looks like a major resistance level. So I expect it to come down here. If you get it around here, for it to get back to its all-time highs, it's around 73%. Let's say 75, and obviously to still go higher than that. So especially those that have like really big margin, you can look to hold. You don't have to trade derivatives, trade futures all the time. You can look to hold some of these tokens on spot, right? So I've talked about Bonk, I've talked about Big Time, I've talked about Audi. So let me talk about KDA. So KDA is really interesting because KDA is was one of the best performing assets towards the end of the last bull run, right? See KDA that right now the price is 0.68. KDA got to 20 or thereabouts. So you can imagine the distance.
I actually bought this token at 20 cents as at 2021, right? So right now I'm down like minus, only God knows how much I've not sold that token actually.
So you bought that 20 cents. That means you should be in profit.
$20, not 20 cents. I bought it at $20 as at 2021.
Oh,
when
yeah,
everybody
I
was
remember
talking about it was when I jumped into
I
it.
remember it was going crazy. I saw it at $2. I bought it for a while. I think I bought it around 3, sold it around 5 or 8 thereabouts. And look at where it is right now. And you can see like since it hit this low, like around here, it's been like going crazy. So just looking at this was like sometime in October. This is 20th October, and we can see it had from 20th of October, it's had a 92% move, right? So it's just something I will keep my eye on. Maybe check out the market cap on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap before you make your decision. Because although I have this opinion that not all of the tokens that did well in the last bull run are still going to recover and do well in this bull run. But I think I expect big things from KDA. So you might look at holding it because we are saying it got to 20. So if it gets to even 10 from where it is right now, it's 0.68. If it goes 10x, that's just $6.8, right? If it goes to $10, that's somewhere around between 15 to 20x. So you might want to take a look at that. Let me come back here. So this is LDO. Yeah, I was looking for a position on LDO, but I still haven't done that. So yeah, another token I'll obviously be looking at is Celestia, that's TIA, right? So TIA, I expect TIA to be one of the best performing assets this bull run. You can see how it's been moving since its launch. Literally, I've been looking at this token since its launch. I think I traded it somewhere around this $2, up to somewhere around $5. And then it ran up to 7, consolidated. We saw a consolidation up to 5 points, back to 5 points, went up. And then from this 5.3, it's made another crazy move to 9. So from 5 to 9, that's almost 100%. Came down to 7 points, ran up again to 11, came down even as low as 8 points, and then ran up to 13. So really, I would just try to get a good entry on TIA, maybe even DCA. So maybe if I want to enter, I would look somewhere around. My first entry would be around here. That's 10.29. Maybe I would have another entry around somewhere around here, maybe 8 points, around 8.9. So yeah, if you get those good entries, if you get any of those entries, right, I think you should be fine and expect TR to do like, I don't know, I don't really have any expectations, but I expect TR to get to at least $20. I don't know what the market cap is right now, but let me look at it. So when you're looking at getting all these tokens, right, you have to look at the market cap. You don't just look at the price action on TradingView. You have to look at the whole tokenomics and especially the market capitalization. You can find that on CoinMarketCap. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm sharing right now. Yeah, CoinMarketCap, yeah. So you can see it here, or you can look at it on CoinGecko. So TIA, Celestia, it's around 1 billion market cap, which is a lot, to be honest. But obviously, like, this is a token that can easily get to 10 billion market cap, even 20 billion market cap at the peak of the bull run. So yeah, so that's another token you should keep your eyes on. And that thing is, in the last week or so, we've been seeing alts. We've been seeing layer one tokens. That's the tokens for
Right?
a few blockchains.
You know?
We've been seeing big gains.
Yo, it's been so long. Yo, not correct.
Yeah, so we've been seeing big gains from layer ones. Like we saw Solana having its big run. We saw AVAX. So AVAX is really something I have my eyes on, because so the truth is that as much as we try to get low market cap coins and shit coins, meme coins, right? Because they are going to have the biggest ways to run. They're going to have the biggest X, can get 100x, 500x, 1000x, right? But some of these layer ones are going to be really good performing assets in the bull run. So when I say good performing, obviously you might not be seeing them even do 10x or 20x, but there are some of them that could easily do 3x, 5x. So if you want to be like really secure about your investment, then you can be looking at tokens like this. So something like AVAX. Okay, the history of AVAX is not really here on Bybit. So let me look at something like Binance, AVAX here on spot. So this is AVAX, right? AVAX got to 40. It was at 42 I think just yesterday, right? Now it's down to 36. You can see the long big candles, the big movements it has had since October. It has moved. It was $8. Wow. It was $8 on just 19th of October, and now that's gone up 400%. That's a crazy move from AVAX, right? And obviously AVAX is the token of, like, is a layer one, right? It's not something that you're unsure of. It's not something that, oh, maybe he's going to have a really big dump. Nah. So you can see that the last bull run got to this is December, November, yeah. So it got to, the high was 136, right? So obviously I expect it to go back there. Goes without saying. If it goes back there, that's around at least a 3x move from here. So just want to keep your eye on, right? Obviously, if you want to get in, look for a good entry. maybe somewhere around 32, maybe around 34. Yeah, look for a good entry. So basically, there are just all these tokens that you could get on spots that could be making you like small money. So even if sometimes you're losing on features, like, right, you just have these things to fall back to. So I mentioned Bonk, Tia, Audi, Avax, also Atom, obviously, which is the token of the Cosmos ecosystem. So ING too. ING is really something for you to keep your eyes on. Maybe get it on spot as well, because I expect it to do like really big things. We saw a long consolidation after it hits an all-time high somewhere around 19, and then it consolidated for a long while, like for weeks, consolidated for weeks before it started making this crazy move, went up to 28. Yeah, so just look at buying because building your portfolio, you really can't use just futures trading to build your portfolio, right? That's the truth. No matter how you look at it, you can't use futures trading to build your portfolio. So while you're trading futures, you should also be looking at, very important, at buying tokens on spots and holding tokens on spots, right? You could just, even if you have like just spare maybe $20, $50, you don't have to buy them all at once. Sometimes when you make profits from futures, you can take your profits, go to spots and buy some of these tokens, because like they are really what will benefit you the most in the bull run. You would see tokens going 5x, 10x, 20x, 100x. So you have to try to get these tokens. Also, another advice I would give is that when you get some of these tokens, don't hold them on centralized exchanges. Like I mentioned, Bonk, I mentioned ING. Obviously, you can have like ING, TIA. I think you can have them in your Leap or Kepler wallets. So just get your decentralized wallets. Your Bonk, you can hold your Bonk on Phantom. Your AVAX, you can hold your AVAX, I think, on MetaMask. You can hold your AVAX on Core wallets. So just do your research. And the thing is, when you hold some of these tokens, right? When you hold them on your decentralized wallets, maybe even stake them, right? It gives you more benefits. Like you can be eligible for airdrops, even just holding them, especially Bonk, right? Just holding Bonk, there's a campaign Bonk are doing right now, 12 days of Christmas. If you held, I think, was it 1 million tokens, 1 million Bonk tokens, which was around $15 worth, right? If you held 1 million as at 30th November, you would have qualified for this new campaign. And this new campaign, obviously, after the 12 days of Christmas, they are going to give those participants an airdrop, right? So airdrops are some of the easiest ways to raise liquidity in the space, like grow your liquidity. So holding all these tokens I mentioned, some of these tokens, the ones you can hold on decentralized exchanges, try to hold them on decentralized exchanges, right? Like AVAX. If you have AVAX and you stake AVAX, right? Obviously, it's the layer one. So there are tokens on that blockchain that would come up that would give an allocation of their spots and airdrop to those who stake AVAX. There are tokens that will come up on Cosmos, on Injective, that will give airdrops to those who maybe staked Atom, or those who staked ING, or those who staked TIA, or those who even maybe just hold those things, right? So in this bull run, there are multiple ways to make money, right? And I just don't want everyone to confine themselves to trading, to futures trading. Obviously, it's also a really good source, a really big source of income for people like us that trade it like every day, right? But still, we have to explore other alternatives like spot trading, like airdrop farming, right? So yeah. Anyways, that's just what I wanted to share. So back to our futures trading, like I said, for now I'm like at a point of indecision. And I don't like to take trades when I'm undecided. So I will just wait for the market to give me more information, and then hopefully I'll drop like some signals when I see anything in the market. So yeah, does anyone have any questions about anything I said? Maybe about the wallets, about the coins to buy on spot? I would make a more comprehensive post and I would post it on the group. I also make a tweet about it on some tokens to hold, where to hold them, the
That
wallets
would
to
be
hold
better.
them. Yeah, I would do that.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. I think there is a chat. I don't know if it is a question.
Say not building portfolio from features. Yeah, like it's not like not building portfolio from features. It's more like not just building portfolio from features. So it's building your portfolio from different things. So like I mentioned, sports as you're trading futures, also trading spots, be holding tokens on spots, farm airdrops, because this is like the best time to farm airdrops because as we are going into the bull run, we are going to see a lot of projects launching their tokens. Obviously, it's always easier to generate as a project, speaking from the project or the developer point of view, it's easier, it's better to generate more liquidity, right? It's if you launch your token in the bear market and if you launch your token in the bull market, you're going to get way more liquidity in terms of the funds you're going to generate from launching your token in the bull market. So we are going to see more projects, more protocols, more blockchains launching their tokens in the bull market. My prediction is from January to June next year, and even extending to December, we're going to see a lot of big projects and also smaller projects, smaller decentralized exchanges, smaller protocols, maybe lending and staking platforms, all these protocols, all these projects, you're going to see a lot of them launching their tokens in this next 6 months to 1 year. So try to farm airdrops, try to farm all these projects, protocols when they are having any campaigns, when they are having whatever. Try to airdrop farming is always is a great way to raise liquidity. So imagine that next year we are going into the bull run, and in February you get an airdrop of $10,000 or $20,000, or you get two airdrops between now and March. You get two airdrops, or between March and June you get like three airdrops, and the total worth is like $30,000. Like that's so much money that has made your bull run to be like you're sure of times 4 or times 5 in that money that you're getting in the bull run. So it's just the best time to farm airdrops because when you get rewarded, that reward, that liquidity that is going to give you is going to make you to be able to do a lot of things in the bull run. Because to be honest, in the bull run, you need a lot of liquidity, right? You need a lot of liquidity if you're really going to make profits. There's always going to be something to buy. There's always going to be something happening. So you're going to need a lot of liquidity. So yeah, it's three major things I mentioned. If you want to build your portfolio, obviously there are a lot of other things, but trading futures, trading on spots, farming airdrops. There are other things like going into the NFT markets. I heard NFTs are back, like minting and pumping. So you could also look at that if you're an NFT person. You could also look at getting jobs in the crypto ecosystem, the whole blockchain ecosystem. Look out for jobs. Like these are all ways to build your portfolio, right? And to raise liquidity. So don't limit yourself. Like obviously, I see myself as a crypto trader, but I don't limit myself to crypto trading, right? To futures trading. I engage in every other activity you can think of. Obviously, this is what I'm good at. So when I'm engaging in all those other things, there are people I follow, there are accounts I follow on Twitter, there are communities I belong to where I can get more information on all those things. So yeah, like I said, maybe I would make a comprehensive post, yeah, especially on coins to hold on spots, maybe possible accounts you can follow if you want to get, and communities you can belong to if you want to get constant updates on airdrops, right? So yeah, I'll make a more comprehensive post on that
Oh,
and share with you guys.
that very, very nice. That would be very nice. I wanted to ask about this. Was it yesterday? I think I forgot. I wanted to ask about the projects that might start running off when you do one resume. So how to spot the one to take serious and the one to avoid. So we're expecting it, please, hopefully.
Yeah, sure. No
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so I think for me that will be all for me from today. I think we can, if there's nothing else, digital over to you.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, I think we'll call it a day here.
Okay.
Okay, Miranda, go on.
Yes, I would like to ask something. Okay. I would like to ask about the buy setups. Is any buy setups that we can have maybe to hold until for such long time, until maybe like a buy setups 3 or 4 of other tokens that we can have as a just to hold on for a very long time?
Do you mean on spots or on features?
No, on features, just buy setups that we can hold.
Well, I would come back to Bonk, right? I will come back to Bonk. Like that's one thing that I'm holding. I'm going to be holding for a while. So we haven't seen a dump, so there's a really good opportunity to buy somewhere around here. Yeah, let me switch to 4-hour time frame. So I think you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, 100%.
So Bonk is dumping, which is obviously a good buy opportunity. So so maybe anywhere around this red zone of maybe I would drop the signal. I'll run the setup and drop the signal in the group. But if you want to buy Bonk to hold for long, maybe look at buying somewhere around sorry, let me just take all this out and position. Okay. So let me look at if you trace me somewhere around here. Yeah. Okay, so somewhere around here, it's your stop around here. I think this stop is too big, but yeah, so using the fib retracement, it's probably likely to come down to this point. But if you don't want to wait for it to come to this point, then maybe you can look for a higher entry somewhere around here and look to DCA. That's dollar cost average. But otherwise, maybe just be patient and wait for it to come down to this point and maybe have your stop loss somewhere around here. And yeah, this just getting back to its all-time high, it's a 76% move, right? So with your leverage, maybe your 4x leverage or 5x leverage, because stop loss is around a 14% loss. So obviously you have to use a smaller leverage. So maybe even a 3x leverage if you want. So your loss potential will be 3 times 13, that's somewhere around 39 to 40%. And obviously, you could even still look for another entry if it comes down. That you can at first buy here with a smaller amount and then look to buy somewhere around here if it comes down. Yeah, so, but you just really have to be careful with the trade. But yeah, I would say Bonk, you should look at if you want a something to hold for a while. I think you should look at Bonk because it should still do a lot of X's in the right direction. You should cancel like 1 or 2 zeros, right? So what we are seeing right now is just a normal retracement. And I think it's even caused by BTC. We are seeing just a small negative move from BTC. That's a small red candle, and that's causing everything to dump. which obviously tells me that BTC dominance is going higher. Let me check. Yeah, so we're about to see a move from BTC dominance, and that's why everything is dumping like that. But yeah, like I said, bonk. I don't know what else you can hold. Maybe something like AVAX, Solana. Let me see. Yeah, so AVAX. AVAX is something you could look to hold because, like I said, obviously, like it's a big token, so I expect it to do some movement. There has been a lot of activity on the AVAX ecosystem in recent days and weeks. So you could look to buy. Yeah, let me just use the retracement tool to look at this and see this. Yeah, somewhere around here. Yeah, I think I got my entry right. Let me still look at this. It's yeah, so I think I'm satisfied with this entry and stop loss. So yeah. So if you want to hold AVAX, you could look to get in somewhere around here. Your stop loss somewhere around here, obviously, like I said. So would you want me to share the signals in Telegram group? Or you can get it from here?
No, share it in the group
Okay.
because there
So
are
I would,
others that didn't attend. So maybe from there they might see something.
yeah, so this would be long term. I would label them like medium to long term holds. If that's the case, obviously your potential take profits would also be like much higher than this. So maybe would depending, I would look at the other chart and somewhere up. So yeah, I'll drop them in the group. So AVAX, and also another thing you could enter and hold for a while is Solana. I saw you guys' analysis on Solana and it was really spot on. Obviously, if you want to hold Solana for a while, I would look for an entry around somewhere around here, and my stop loss. This is so the range is too wild. So maybe I would actually look at getting Solana somewhere around here, right? This is 56. Yeah, so this is probably what I would look at if I want to get it and hold it for a while. So obviously, your entry, you would have to wait for a while on all the coins that you want to hold, say medium to long term. For you to get your entry right, you would also have to wait for a while. So you could see yourself waiting for 2-3 days for it to get to the entry, because it's only going to get here when there's a major dump. Like Solana is only going to get here when there's a major dump. But if there is a major dump, it will get here for sure. For sure. And it's giving me lower lows, giving us this is a lower high, this is a lower high, this is a lower high. So it really is most likely going to get back to this area, to be honest. If we are being very objective, as much as I hope it would stop here and reverse, the chart just tells me to come down here. So yeah, like I said, you might have to be patient. It might take a day or two or even more, but yeah, it should most likely get here. So yeah, that's it. I'll drop the setups for Bonk, for AVAX, and for um Solana. Maybe I would also look at TIA maybe I'll replace AVAX with TIA because I think TIA is a really good performing token. So it's something we should get on long term. Yeah, so I would send that to the group in a few minutes. So digital, I think there's nothing else we can end now.
That's basically it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you everyone for joining. Okay, so we'll continue again tomorrow. Yeah. Bye-bye, everyone.